Okay, folks, now I mentioned this in my live stream last night, but a lot of people have been sending this to me. I remember doing a video, what was it, last week, when 50 Cent, 50 Cent, look, what, 50 Cent, I said it the way I say it. So basically, 50 went to a comedy show of Monique's and he really enjoyed it, and he made a, support post about, taking her off the blackball list and, putting her back on, and fans rallied for her to be put into the power verse, and it seems that's going to happen. But recently, what was it, a couple of days ago, 50 said that he spoke with Tyler Perry about Monique and relayed that the filmmaker said that he has no problem with Monique at all. And he went on social media to post, "I talked with Tyler today, and he told me he never told anyone not to hire Monique, and he is happy I decided to work with her. He said he couldn't speak for Oprah, but he is sure she is fine with her as well, and has even brought her up for things Monique has no idea about. I'm so happy for Mo right now." So, again, I mean, what is the apology needed? Look, like I said before, I don't know the whole situation. I know Monique's side. I'm not saying she's lying. For the most part, her story has been consistent and stayed the same. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. But, based off what I do know, he did apologize through the recorded phone calls you didn't know about, the private phone calls. And it's just the thing where Oprah definitely seems to be the one who needs to apologize after the whole thing about having her family on the Oprah show after Monique told her not to do it. And, she did it anyway. So 50 actually wants Monique to have a second chance in Hollywood and is looking for people to apologize for allegedly blackballing her in the industry, namely Oprah and Tyler. I don't know. It's just, I'm sure, he goes on to say in another post, "I'm sure Oprah and Tyler would not want to continue to allow their influence to damage Monique's career, and this has gone on for way too long. So now would be a great time to apologize because I'm going to put it back on." My thing is this: if you want to put her back on, then do it. Put her on the show. Maybe you got some pull with some. 50 is a powerhouse in television right now. Use your pull to get her on other programs and all. Like, remember, Jeffrey Owens wasn't part of a huge debacle like the Monique situation is, but look how many people put him on, Tyler and 50. So I don't know if 50 trying to get people to apologize is going to work, because I think, what was it, didn't Kevin Hart and other people try to talk with Tyler and whatnot, and apology wasn't coming. What Monique needs to do is work with these opportunities she's getting now. Go on these shows, go on these hopefully movies, and knock it out of the ballpark, just like with the Netflix special, and get your name out there. Show people the talent that you are capable of, and we know you are amazing at. So I hope 50 puts her on, and Monique proves that she's not difficult to work with, that she, who knows, if she gets like a small role and kills it, that might lead to a regular role on one of these big name shows. So for me personally, I just feel like let's just forget the apology and work towards the opportunities you have. That's sometimes that's what happens. Would you really even want an apology from someone that you've been begging and pleading with for over a decade to get? Because at that point, would it even be genuine? Don't get me wrong. The Janet Hubert and Will Smith situation during the Fresh Prince reunion, part of me wonder, and this isn't to say Will wasn't genuine, but remember, that all went down after the whole entanglement thing with Jada, and at that point, Will's power, or at least to the general public, was kind of dwindled because he wasn't Big Will anymore. It's like every single month or every few weeks, recently Will ever since he did that book, or ever since, he just recently said something along the lines of, "There's never been an affair or anything in our marriage," and whatnot. And people like, Will, just, oh God. The same thing is like, when the Janet thing came, it's like, if Will didn't seemingly get humbled by that entanglement experience, would he have done the Janet apology? I don't know. But I think that, with Oprah and Tyler being the powerhouses they are in the industry, they don't have to look back and say, oh, I'm sorry, because again, based on what I've heard from those phone calls and everything, it doesn't seem like Tyler has much of anything to apologize for. I mean, he was calling to try to make things right. But then when you try to strong arm me into doing things the way, no, I want you to do things the way I want to do, and then I'm done. So it doesn't seem to me like Tyler's trying to stand in the way of stopping Monique from moving forward and whatnot. Monique is stopping herself by just focusing on how she was quote unquote wronged, without recognizing that, hey, maybe I did do things a bit wrong, or maybe my husband did talk to the wrong people. I don't know, but it is what it is. All I can say is I'm glad 50's putting Monique back on. I hope she does a spectacular job with the material she gets, because we know she's talented, and go from there. That's all I can really say. But yeah, this video is for those who kept sending it to me. I'll leave a link to the article. I mean, I got sent a lot of articles, but I'll just leave a link to one of them in the comment section below. But let me know your thoughts. I mean, it is what it is. I just hope that she does great with the role that 50 gets her in it. And that's just, and I'm glad, and I mentioned this in my original video where 50 went online to talk about Monique. I'm like, she talks about how Kevin Hart, said that, you know what, you were right, Monique. And she said, this comedian, that star and whatnot. And I'm thinking, well, if all of these, big names in the industry, black entertainment, if all of these people claim that Monique is right, how come none of them will touch her? How come none of them will put her in one of their projects? But now 50 came to bat, and that's what really matters. So there you go. Kudos to him, because I know he's like one of the biggest internet trolls, but he actually stood up for Monique. And whether or not you support her or agree with her the way she does things, I'm not saying I do. I am glad that she's getting an opportunity, and I hope it really does work out in her benefit. So the whole apology crap can just go to bed. Just forget it, because I feel like if she gets 10 different roles and stuff like that through either 50 Cent or other people, if she's still talking about the boycott stuff or blackballed stuff, I'm just no. Alright guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button to show you liked the video. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon to select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel.